My name is Elizabeth Sambo. I am from the Cobran tribe of the Goldfields to Southern Cross. I speak Kaalamaya. My language mentors would have been my father and my uncle, and we had a lot of old people that travelled with us, and some of them were Cobran people, and some of them was married into the Wangara families. Early in their lives, they were told that they weren't allowed to use or speak their own language because they were now working with European people and they had to speak in English. So they never spoke their language unless they got together, the old people, by themselves. But then our parents, our dads, when they started getting older and getting a bit sick and confined to their homes and everything, they started talking in their own language. And we would sit down and listen to them and ask them, why didn't you tell us that we had our own language? And they said, because the white people told us we weren't not allowed to speak in our own language. So now we think it's time that children should start learning it and take up talking in our language. But we've got it all on DVDs, tapes, and every other, and on written and on paper, a lot of their language. But it's going to take us time to actually learn that. And we're hoping by the time that, before I go, that maybe they will, some of our children will be able to speak our language, because at this point we've missed out. We've lost our old generation, maybe 2 or 3 generations from our father to us and our grandchildren now and our great-grandchildren. Well, with the Kaalamaya language, I'd really like to have it for our children to learn and start teaching others the language, and start going into schools, because at this point in time they are learning languages in their education. And I mean, these children are our future, and they're learning somebody else's language. It's like we had to learn English, which we shouldn't have. We should have learned our first language before we learned English. But now our children are learning Wangata when they should be learning our Gabon language. Well, with our work that we're doing now, we're hoping to put in a claim, because, as everybody knows, the Western, the federal government won't deal with anybody without having a claim on wherever your traditional lands lie, and we need it to advance forward for the whole lot of us, because we have, especially the Cobran people, we have never been out there in people's out forcing things upon people. We've always kept a back seat to everything, and I believe now that it's time, that it's overdue, that we started stepping up to the plate and start letting our children, us and our children, start learning about their own culture and language and everything else that goes with it. Well, when I play them, it makes me cry, because I'm hearing my dad talking, which I can hold out, put my hand out and grab him, and my uncles. It's something that we should have been taught a long time ago. We miss it, and we miss them. Oh well.